Hey there everybody, my name is Heretoga and welcome to Vintage Stories homepage on the internet. So 1.20 is here for Vintage Story and I think I'm just going to go and take a look and see what's new. So as you know, we're at the Vintage Story homepage and this link up here I'll put in the description of this video so you can come here. And to see what's new in 1.20, we're going to go to Devlog and take a look. Alright, what do we got here? I like being ignorant of what's coming to the game until it's here. It's so exciting. 1.20.1, a stable release can now be downloaded through the account manager. Okay, well that's through the game then. A small update with some new music and important fixes. Screenshot by Cherno shared in screenshots on the Discord channel. No trespassing. US government property. Nice. Doesn't that elk look beautiful? All God's creations look beautiful. That's so amazing. Game updates. 2 new soundtracks by Hayden. All the soundtracks, all the music in Vintage Story, masterful. I love the music in Vintage Story. One of the new songs plays during early fall, and the other one is a new tuning cylinder. Okay. Able to take out hot ingots from the mold by breaking the mold. Okay. Updated trader buying and selling lists. Fixes trader selling invalid tapestry. Spirit giving too much satiety. That's the alcohol. That giving you too much satiety when you drink it. Okay. Should better fix some chunks only generating pure stone. Client crash in the sound engine due to reverb. Elk medallions not working as intended. This is all stuff that's been fixed, by the way. Temporary mitigation against a bug that can crash the server due to invalid player position. Okay, moving on. Lore update, the journey. Well, here we go. This stupendously large update is finally complete enough. At this point, we feel confident that everybody can and should update to 1.20. As mentioned in the pre-1 and RC1 blog post, the primary goal of this update was to advance the game story, which we have achieved successfully. For me personally, it was awesome to see how the entire Vintage Story team came together to push onward the idea of what is Vintage Story. That's just brilliant. It was not without its fair share of mistakes, misdirection and disagreement, mind you. Yet, we managed to push through and build something that we find truly worthwhile. The experience we went through as a team makes it all the more evident that, as with any other form of mastery, game development is a continuous learning process. Totally agree. As for you, dear players, I can only repeat myself. Thank you so much for being here. No, you know what, Vintage Story? Thank you so much for creating such a brilliant, beautiful, amazing game for all of us to enjoy. Thank you, Vintage Story. Your contributions are immensely helpful to us, whether it be a purchase, a bug report, testing 1.20, creating a mod, critical feedback, or simply just a comment on our Discord server. I need to go there one day. I've never been to their Discord server yet. We deeply appreciate your participation in our very wholesome community. And we appreciate you, Vintage Story. Now the question is, can I start playing 1.20 now? Yes, we recommend everyone updating. everyone updating to 1.20 at this point. Old version 1.19 worlds should also automatically retroactively generate the new story locations, and if there are player structures in the way, you will see a dialogue appear with instructions on how to manually generate them. That's fantastic. I love that. That's so good. Because I'm not that technical when it comes to this kind of stuff, so it's nice to have instructions on how to manually generate things. Okay. Please keep in mind 1.20 stable does not mean the game is now fully devoid of issues. When we mark a release as stable, it means we feel confident that it is stable enough for 99% of players. There will likely still be a couple more 1.20 stable releases in future as we come across new issues. Okay, well that's to be expected, right? I can live with that. Can I explore the new lore content now? Yes. To get you started with the lore content, revisit the Resonator at the library, right? The Resonance Archives. Listen to it, then revisit the same treasure hunter trader who originally gave you the map to the Resonance Archives. Defeating the Eidolon will now also drop a special item to help you in your journey, but it is optional. You can look forward to visiting 4 unique new story locations. Now, the Resonance Archives is a story location, and we're getting 4 new story locations on top of that. That's brilliant. That's a lot of new extra content for the game. That's amazing. Okay. To get access to the new story locations, if you've already been to the Resonance Archives and in your gameplay you update to 1.20, to get what it's saying is to get access to the new locations, you're going to have to go back there and listen to the Resonator again, and then go back to the treasure hunter who gave you the map in the first place. Now, personally, in my playthrough, in my series at the moment, I haven't been in the Resonance Archives. I've gone to the entrance of the Resonance Archives, but I've not been inside the place yet. So I'm hoping that when I update my world to 1.20, I can just go to the Resonance Archives, defeat the Eidolon, go back to the treasure hunter trader, and I'll be able to get access to the new locations. I hope. Right. We hope you'll be as dazzled as we were when we first saw everything come together. We are excited to hear, watch and read about your experience with the new lore content. We've put a lot of soul into all of it. For now, it is required to visit the Resonance Archives in order to unlock the ability to claim and ride an elk. Right, so this mount here, this is the new mount in the game, called the elk, and you can get the male and female variation. But in order to get the access to it, you have to do the Resonance Archives first. Yeah, for now it's required to visit the Resonance Archives in order to unlock the ability to claim and ride an elk. Right, okay, got it. Still unfinished. There are a number of aspects that we would like to polish further, likely as part of a minor update for 1.20 still. Like I said, as to be expected, right? There's going to be a couple of updates. Small tweaks and additions to the lore locations. The sailboat needs more work to feel just right. The coral reefs we teased in pre-1 have been disabled as we are not yet satisfied with them. But they'll come back in a future my update then, yeah. An elk taming system that does not require getting into the lore content, various other small additions, okay. Now they do have a game update trailer. We can go ahead and watch that and just check it out. I don't think it's that long either. Let's go and watch it on YouTube. Okay. Vintage Story YouTube channel. I'm not even subscribed. What am I doing? Let's subscribe. There we go. My goodness. Got 31.7k subscribers. And now I'm one of them. Okay, so let's check out this this trailer here then. It's only 8 minutes long. Let's make the screen bigger. Oh, let's turn that down a little bit. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's so cool. And you can hear the gallops as well of the hoofs. That's pretty amazing. So you can put things on your mount. That's a bed. Oh wow, you can put your bed on there. A blanket. Okay. A lantern. Huh. Wow, that's cool. A cooking pot. Huh. You can put two cooking pots on your mount. Look at all the different variations of the blankets. Wow. Nice. And the medallion and the whistle. Okay. So you can call over your mount if you blow the whistle. That's good. I wonder if it'll come to you if it's tied up to a fence. Okay, there's a sailboat. Made out of birch or beech wood type. So I think you can make the boats out of different wood types, which is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, look, yeah. So you can put your mount in the sailboat as well. Oh, wow. But there has to be a fence post in there. Okay, that's cool. Oh, you can put two in there. Nice. Okay, they improved the raft as well. That can have a basket, and you can put your oar on there as well. Cool. Can now pull creatures. Oh, so I wonder if they do have to be tamed or not. Okay. The water looks better. More water plants too. Nice. I like it. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. It's nice to see more life under the water like this. 130 plus new variants of brick, blocks and roofing. 130 plus. Nice. I still need to find chert in my playthrough. The beehive kiln for ceramics. Okay. So it looks like the furnace, right? But it's the beehive kiln, and it's just for baking clay objects. That's cool. Oh, you can put shelves in there as well. Nice. Amazing. Oh, that looks better. Reworked the wolf model and animations. Okay. Man, we live in wolf country. Ah. See here, I like the old smoky particles. I don't know about you guys. I like the new as well, but that looks more difficult to see through, I guess. But it looks more realistic. But I do like the old style as well. Okay. So crops can get frosty now. New bags. We've got more backpacks now too. A new mining sack and a new backpack. Wattle and daub. Oh, that's so cool. So there's a scrap bomb as well as a blasting bomb now. That's good. So the scrap bomb just damages entities, and the other one just damages blocks. Okay. Different wood types for the trapdoors. Nice. 2x3 gates. Oh, cool. I like the look of those. Quarter logs. Wow, smaller, thinner logs. That's amazing. More beams. Oh, yes. More beams. We don't just have oak beams anymore. We have all the other... And insects. Oh, look at those gnats above the water. You can see him little bouncing on the ground there. A solar eclipse. Oh, cool. Oh, that one didn't shatter. Okay, but that one did. So there's a chance that it will shatter. Oh. Oh, the tongs. They actually hold the hot items now. That's good. Oh, yes. They've improved the shield. Oh, that sounds so good. That sounds so realistic. The sounds actually echo and reverberate in caves. That's so cool. Oh, that's going to be so immersive when we go dungeoneering. Okay, so we've got tabs now when we create a world. That's nice. Oh. Oh. Creepy. 6 variants of each of the new mob types. Wow. Oh, is this one of the new story locations? Well, what even is this place? Oh. Oh, we can learn about the past. Wow. It's so exciting. Ah, it's a beautiful game. It is a masterpiece, isn't it? Everything about it is masterful. The style, the graphics, the music, the mechanics. I love it. I just love the game. That's so amazing. There's like a 2-minute footage of riding the mount and the sailboat as well. So all these new blankets and medallions, all these different types and variations. That's cool. So you have to build a sailboat on site if you want to use it. Okay, well that's interesting. I can't wait to use the sailboat actually. I'm always running around on foot in my playthrough. But now I don't have to. I can ride a mount. I can sail in a proper ship, just like in Valheim. I love sailing in Valheim. If I'm playing with others in Valheim, I'm always like, I'm the driver, I'm driving. Yeah, the water looks better. Okay, okay. Look at all these clay brick types, right? I'm sure we only had like three types before, the blue, the fire, and the red. I tried making a bloomery out of the red clay bricks, not the blocks, just the bricks, and it wouldn't let me. So I wonder if that's a thing now, or maybe if it will be a thing in the future. It would be nice to see bloomeries in different colours. That would be amazing, and furnaces too. You know the refractory blocks that you make. It would be cool if you could make those in different colours for the furnaces. Um, yeah, and now the beehive kiln as well. That would be amazing. So these are all the different colours for the wattle and daub blocks. That's cool. So these are the stages then, three. Okay, we'll have to experiment with that. Bamboo fences and gates. These are the wood types now for the trapdoors. You don't just have one wood type anymore with the trapdoors. They're now in all the other wood types, and you get a second variation as well, which is really nice. I like that. They've improved the table and chair model design. Okay, that looks better. That looks more, because the legs used to be straight, didn't they? And now they're kind of like at an angle and they look chunky. Yeah, I like that. So we have the sturdy mining bag now, which has 14 storage slots. Wow. And also the sturdy leather backpack. Ooh. And each one has 8 slots. Amazing. But to make them, you need sturdy leather. Okay, sturdy leather is produced by cooking a large or a huge piece of chromium tanned hide in a cooking pot. Just stuff that hide right in there, in that small little pot, with 3 pieces of beeswax. But chromium tanned hide, okay, that's fantastic. And we have the scrap bomb, the stone blasting bomb, okay. And solar eclipses, guys, come on. Like, they've done so much in this update. This is so amazing. We have solar eclipses now. I hope we get to catch one of those in one of my episodes. That would be amazing. Yeah, so when you generate a new world, now it's just not a long list of choices. Now they're all categorized into tabs to make it a bit easier, which I like. I welcome that. That's good. The smoke effects look better, but I liked the old effects as well. The tongs now hold the hot objects, which is brilliant. I love this color spectrum. Boiling water and lava destroys the nearby grass now. That's cool. That's good. Hot molds will shatter if exposed to water, so it actually breaks the actual molded object as well. So yeah, be careful guys. Just let it cool down. Go out on an adventure, let things cool down on their own. I was going to experiment in my series by pouring water on my hot molds to see if they will cool down quicker, but I guess I don't need to do that now. There you go. More beams, which is nice. Ropes, shingled roofing, and chains. That's so cool. Chain beams and rope beams. Wow. So yeah, 4 new major story locations. Animal riding system, the elk. It says first mount. the elk. Maybe more mounts are gonna come as well in the future. Wouldn't it be awesome to ride a bear? Yeah. Or a rammed, a bighorn sheep. Uses a brand new interaction system that allows one to target individual parts of a creature. Okay. For now, purchasable at the treasure hunter once you have handed in the tin bronze pickaxe. Ah, so when you go and get the Resonance Archives quest, you have to go to the treasure hunter, right? But before he gives you the map, you have to give him a tin bronze pickaxe, and then he'll give you the map to the location of the Resonance Archives. Well, it's saying that when you do that, then you'll be able to purchase the elk at that point. We'll have to see. Well, I've already been to the treasure hunter guy in my playthrough and got the map and discovered the location, so maybe I'll go to him and see if I'll have access to the elk, which will be interesting to find out. And the elk can be kitted out with additional storage options, like what we saw in the trailer. But here we go, look. So if your elk gets mortally wounded, it will enter a mortally wounded state where players can still rescue the animal using poultices, but if left untreated, the elk will die after 24 in-game hours. Okay? And then I'm guessing if it does die, you've got to go and buy a new one. But if your Elk Mount has stuff on it, like bags, lights, cooking pots and stuff like that, and it dies, I wonder what happens to that stuff. And you can also ride the mount without holding down a button, so your hands will be free. But you have to have the bridle for that. Ownership system, you have to attach a medallion to the elk to claim ownership of it. So once you buy your elk, you have to put a medallion on it to claim the ownership of it. And you can only have one elk at a time. I wonder if they'll change that in the future. Ownership allows you to see your elk on the map. So if you don't claim your elk, you won't be able to see it on the map, and you won't be able to call it towards you with the bone flute either, I'm guessing. Okay. The sailboat, a much larger watercraft compared to the raft currently in the game, uses brand new physics for the correct simulation of non-square creatures and entities, allows for mass transport of goods, players and creatures. It comes with 8 slots where players can either put chests, crates, seats or creatures through fence posts. It can allow up to 10 players to travel on the water, so you can fit 10 people in that one sailboat. That's amazing. They better have a good driver, because if he crashes and destroys the boat out at sea, that's 10 people going to be stranded. That was so funny. The elk can be placed on the sailboat by attaching a rope to an elk and then attaching the rope to a fence post that has been placed on the sailboat. It is not carryable, it must be built step by step near water, like what we saw in the footage up above. You have to build the sailboat on the edge of the water step by step. You can't like carry it. Which makes sense because it's a big vehicle, right? You can't stuff that in your pocket, can you? They upgraded the raft. Okay, we've been through that. The bricks and the firing overhaul. We've got a new furnace called the Beehive Kiln, and you can fire up to 27 full blocks worth of claywares at once. That's immense. Allows you to fire bricks in 4 different colours by adjusting the level of ventilation the kiln receives. So depending on the ventilation level of your beehive kiln will depict what colour your clay objects come out at. That's amazing. Added red clay deposits and item. Red clay is now the most common clay deposit. Blue clay no longer spawns at higher altitudes. Fire clay is now only found below coal deposits or crafted from blue clay and flint. So you can craft fire clay with blue clay and flint, right? And fire clay can only be found below coal deposits. Blue clay no longer spawns at higher altitudes, so I wonder if it's the same for blue clay as well then. Is blue clay also only found below coal deposits? But red clay is now the most common clay deposit, so I'm guessing that will be it takes the place of blue clay and fire clay on the surface. Okay, well that changes things. Added a huge amount of variety of bricks with different sizes, patterns and colours. Yeah, we saw that, which is great. The uneven style bricks, running, header and soldier patterns only. Okay. Peat piles and firewood piles can now be ignited like coal piles, which can now be used to fire the new beehive kiln. So that's cool. So you're not just restricted to using coal or charcoal as the fuel source for the beehive kiln. You can also use wood piles and peat piles. That's good. That helps in the early days, right? Jugs can now be fired into multiple colours in the beehive kiln. More variety coming to other ceramics soon. Ah, okay. So I'm guessing like only the jugs can have different colours in the beehive kiln. And then soon you obviously the storage vessels, the bowls, watering cans and all the other clay formed objects will have different colours soon. Okay. Experimental feature, ropes and leashes, attempt number 2. This is a second attempt at getting it gameplay ready. It might get removed again, alright guys? So they're telling you, we're going to give you the leash again, but it might get removed again, okay? So be prepared. Rope allows you to pull domesticated animals. It says domesticated animals. Now, don't think you can just go out into the wild and leash a wild pig or a wild sheep. I don't know, but it is saying domesticated animals. We'll have to just experiment with that, I guess. Okay. And like in the other block game, you can do the thing with a leash, right? A leashed animal can be placed on a sailboat, yeah. You can now lengthen and shorten the rope with tool modes when holding the rope in hand. Hard stretched ropes will now emit a sound. A overstretched rope will snap with sound and particles. So you can snap your ropes if you're not careful. Okay. 2 new hostile mobs, the Shiver and the Bowtorn, each with multiple variants. That's 6 variants to each one. And we've got insect particles, tiny noisy particles that make the world feel more alive. So we've got grasshoppers, which only spawn inside plants during warm and dry days and only in some patches. Extra noisy cricket sounds during the summer months. Okay, added very noisy cicadas to warmer areas. Well, I live in a warmer area, so yeah, well, I'll have to see. Swarms of mating gnats above wet area lakes. Uncommon coqui. I think that's coqui. To jungle type areas. What is a coqui? Let's just Google it. What is a coqui? You can see what I've been searching for, look. I've been playing Once Human again, okay? I'm on the second season. I've been playing Elin as well. Now, what is a coqui? Oh, it's a little frog. Okay. Yeah, so a jungle type and these are going to be classed as particles in Vintage Story. Okay. Coqui is a common name for several species of small frogs in the genus Eleutherodactylus, native to Puerto Rico. I think I said that right. So what is a coqui? The Puerto Rican coqui, pronounced coqui, okay, coqui, is a small arboreal frog that's brown, yellow, or green in colour, right? What is the loudest frog in the world? The coqui is the loudest frog in the world, and Vintage Story chose this frog. Okay, so we've got coqui frogs in Vintage Story, and they're classed as tiny, noisy particles. Okay, in jungle type areas. So it'd be interesting to see what they look like. If they're particles, I wonder what they look like then. We've got water striders on top of water sources, and added the command insect config type on or off to allow selective disabling of some insects. Tabbed customize world screen, yeah, all the different tabs when you generate your world. Added solar eclipses, guys. It was already the case that the moon moved right in front of the sun in the game, right? But now when it does that, it also has an actual effect of darkening the world for a minute or two. That's amazing. Tall and ingot molds will now shatter when underwater. When watered with the watering can and during medium to strong rainfall. Okay, okay, so don't leave your molds out in the rain when you've poured molten metal into them. Okay, so keep them sheltered from rain, because otherwise you put 30 ingot molds outside to cool down and then it rains. Most of them are going to get shattered, right? You don't want that, do you? So yeah, I'll be doing that too. We'll leave behind a shattered mold model, and breaking it will yield 70 to 80% of metal bits worth of the original pour. And most of the molds is 100 units of ore, of molten metal. And if it shatters, you only get up to 80% of that back. So yeah, they improved the water visuals, more water plants, added giant water lilies and a whole lot of new underwater plants. Okay, new blocks, 2x3 gates, quad logs, then smaller, thinner logs, which is awesome. Plaster washes, white and yellow variants, 3-meter diameter wagon wheels, existing short axle wheels now placed from outside rather than inside. Okay. Roof beams. Okay. Added ruined torch holder model. We're not going to go through this whole list, by the way. New blocks. Survival, craftable, acquirable blocks. Added several new lore-related tapestries. Okay, that makes sense. That's awesome to know. I love the tapestries in Vintage Story. They're just so creative. New storage vessels. Okay, purchasable at various NPCs. Ooh. Wattle and Daub, yeah. 4 sets of ruins only bricks. Bamboo fences, wooden roofing blocks. Okay. Added the Electrum lantern. Electrum can now be used in lantern lining. Cool. Cool. And Electrum's made from gold and silver. Okay. Master sound side, 2 special sound effects, dynamic color grading, shield mechanic improvements. Right. More oomphy shield blocking sounds. Added light and heavy metal shield hit plus heavy wood shield hit. Shields now have 100% blocking chance against projectiles and absorb more damage in that case. Oh, that's good. Shields now can block 100% of projectiles. But what about melee hits, like from drifters? I wonder if you still get 100% block chance from those hits. Is it just projectiles? Some high-flying projectiles were not correctly blocked by shields, but now they are. Okay. Shield block animation now only plays when successfully blocked. The new clay brick chimneys now emit smoke if there is burning fire pit or pit kiln below. So those chimneys that you can make, right, they will emit smoke now if below it there is a fire, which is pretty cool. You don't have to use the creative mode chimneys anymore that are smoky ones like I've done in my playthrough. But I guess, you know, if you do want a constantly smoking chimney, I hope that those creative mode smoky chimneys are still there. Added one new, really very large, okay, really very large, so this is big, right? Very rare surface ruin and several house ruins. So I wonder what that place is going to be then. A really very large, very rare surface ruin. Ooh, that's exciting. Now you can left click a crock pot or a cooking pot in your inventory with one empty bowl to fill it. So you don't have to place it on the floor anymore and then fill up your bowl. You can just do that from inside your inventory as long as you've got the bowl in your hand and you left click on a crock pot or a cooking pot full of food, you can fill up your bowl that way. You don't have to place it on the ground anymore. That's cool. Yeah, that's actually big because do you know what? You can't place things down on the floor or on the walls in the residence archives. So now you can actually take pots of hefty red meat stew with you to the resonance archives and you can fill up your bowl from inside your inventory. You don't have to just take like pie slices with you that when you go there. That's brilliant. And then there's performance tweaks, gameplay balance changes, creature AI improvements. This is a long list. Look at all this that they've done for 1.20. So many things, man. You're damn right they put their soul into this update, and we get to now enjoy all their hard work. So make sure you give Vintage Story thanks by going to their YouTube, subscribing to it, and join the Discord channel and give them a thank you there. And if you're thinking about playing Vintage Story, just come to their Vintage Story website here. I'll post this link in the description of this video because you can buy the game from here. That's what I did. But yeah, that's so exciting. And if you're in 1.19 like I am, right, you can update. It says that you can update to 1.20. Now, if you got loads of mods, like 150 mods on the go, of course, like always, some of those mods might not work properly anymore, and you might have to wait for them to catch up to the new update. Now, I'm sure that they will catch up to the new update. You just have to be patient, or you can just wait a while before you upgrade to 1.20. It's entirely up to you. But yeah, it's been nice to go through this update and what's new into the game with you lot. And I hope some of you have found it interesting and educational. But yeah, so wow, thank you, Vintage Story, for all your hard work. And yeah, I can't wait to get back into the game. I'm going to update my world because I'm currently in 1.19.8 and I'm on episode like 53 or something. And I'm not running that many mods, but I hope that the mods I do have will still work properly. But I am going to update the world to 1.20. But of course, I'm going to back up my world first. So remember that, guys. Back up your world first before you update. Alright, love you all, folks, and I'll see you in our next episode of Vintage Story. Goodbye.